And then let me go share my screen. Let's see. All right. There we go. Thumbs up. We can see that. Does everyone want to mute themselves? Or actually, before you mute yourselves, do you have any questions from our first two calls on what to post, how to do Facebook Lives? Today we're going to talk about converting into sales and team, which is why you're all here.
Yeah, it's good. You know, it makes you really post. Really, I think for me, it makes me think before I post.
Right. Friends don't let friend post without thinking. Yes.
Yeah, you know, and really have, you know, and it used to be I just posted stuff and really tried to think about making a point and really knowing what have a purpose to your post, right?
Good. I was going to ask you what you're thinking about. So having a purpose, not willy-nillying it, staying on brand, and offering value, right?
Yeah.
And then setting it up for engagement. So how can I ask a question or kind of set it up so that people are going to have a reason for me to reach out to them? I love it.
I'm still learning that part. You know, I get, I don't want to say, not afraid. It's just to lead them down that question, right? This is what I need you to do right now. Or this is what I need you to do on your next step. You need to go here, or you need to call here, or you need to do this, and then get back to me. Or
yep.
Follow up with me. So.
And just think of your value proposition. So whatever you're talking about, if you want to learn more about this, drop the word more and I'll reach out to you. So come from a place of I'm just adding lots more value. I'm just giving them a reason to raise their hand virtually. Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys want to mute yourselves, that would be awesome. And I'll get started on week 3. Raise your hand if you have questions as I go. Otherwise, I'll plug through the slides here and then open it up for questions at the end. All right. I got a good looking group here. Savannah, Johnny. Whew, love it. Okay, so let's talk about engagement. So in real estate, Savannah knows this. She's a realtor. It's all about location, location, location. And on Facebook, it's about engagement, engagement, engagement. Okay, so Facebook is a changing. The system they use to prioritize who sees your posts and whose posts you see changed, and it changed back in January. So we're still kind of new to all this, and I'll tell you what the change is and how you aren't even going to have to worry about it when you do it the way that we're talking about. Okay, but Facebook has grown to 1.6 billion users, and over 50 million small businesses are on there and have created pages. So what that means to us is it is cluttered, and there is less space available for all of us. So it makes sense, right? Why am I not seeing everyone's posts? Well, Facebook cannot show you all of those posts. So they have to figure out an algorithm, and there are thousands and thousands of data points that figure into the algorithm, but we're gonna really hack all that, and you're not gonna have to worry about that, right? But the news feed is cluttered, so we have to figure out how to play this game. So really the overarching backstory behind all of this is Mark Zuckerberg. He never created Facebook to be a place where we could grow our businesses for free. We've just figured out how to do that. And so he really created it to be a place kind of like the old AOL chat rooms, MySpace was. It was a place for friends and families to connect with each other. Okay, us business owners, we're just kind of figuring out how to use this as free marketing. But he really wanted people to be talking and engaged. So back in January, he announced, and I'll share with you his quote, but what this change for businesses, one, is businesses now are going to have to pay to play. And so what that means is he wants to push business owners over to their business pages where you have to pay for your business to be seen in the news feed by paying for ads. I've never paid $1 on ads. I'm not against it. I probably will be this year as I scale my business. but I want you to know you can definitely grow an insanely successful business on Facebook without buying ads. And that's where you're all starting. So start without thinking of needing to buy ads. To buy ads, you're over on your business page, if you don't all know that. Okay, so on personal page, you never would buy an ad. You can only buy an ad from a business page, and then you can type in keywords or key geographics or key demographics. You could say, I want moms between 30 and 35 that make this amount of money, and like you could get your Facebook ad to those people. So it's really powerful, but we're not focusing on that here with attraction marketing. So that's why you're starting to see fewer and fewer posts. There was a time there from businesses, there was a time there where it seemed like it was just one big ad on Facebook. Everything was a sponsored ad. And so Mark Zuckerberg really wants to encourage us to have meaningful interaction, and businesses are going to have to work harder than ever to get their customers' attention because of that. So according to Zuckerberg, meaningful interaction, the way they gauge that and measure that is comments, and comments. It's people engaging, liking, commenting on your posts. It's not rocket science. It's not more complicated than that. And so he says pages making posts that people generally don't react to or comment on could see the biggest decreases in distribution. Pages whose posts prompt conversations between friends will see less of an effect. So when you can see now, when you're doing it, the system that I'm teaching you, you're going to kind of be bulletproof. Okay, so we know, to increase engagement, we want to do things like ask questions. So let's say I post about Gracie's boyfriend this weekend winning the championship. That's great, and people might respond to that, but I could end it with, where are you wanting to be a champion in your life? What areas are you focused on in the month of May to be a champion? And you can see how that's going to kind of draw more engagement and spark conversation. Okay. Used to be that we could get click happy and just like everyone's posts. And that was the name of the game not too long ago. It was quantity over quality. Now quality trumps quantity. So literally, if you don't want certain people if you don't want to keep seeing the same posts from everybody, you got to figure out like who you're going to comment on, and you don't want to get click happy and just like everyone's posts. In fact, comments now are trumping likes. So you don't really even have to, I would say, worry so much about the likes as you want to go in and comment on people's stuff that you then want your stuff to be seen to. So if Johnny's a prospect and I'm like, I think Johnny's growing a business and I might want to work with Johnny, I'm going to be all over Johnny's feed and comment and do that for a while and create a relationship and get to know Johnny and see if my services would benefit from him, blah, 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 right? And I'm going to teach you the magic trick over in Messenger today. But that stuff tells Facebook what posts to put where, right? Now, you might have seen this big scuttle. It was out maybe a month ago about what's called the engagement bait trap. And you probably saw this post that went around that Facebook's changed the algorithms. I feel like I don't see any of you anymore. Drop the word here if you're still here. That's an engagement bait trap, and Facebook doesn't like it. And I don't know how they do this, but somehow they find out who's doing this. And so you can't just get on and say, if you like ice cream, drop the word yes. Like, it has to be a little bit more sophisticated than that. I just thought of this. Ask an open-ended question versus a yes or no, and you'll be fine, right? So what's your favorite thing about summer? Summer's coming up. That's different than drop the word summer if you're excited for summer, okay? So that's a higher level skill, but let's move towards that, okay? So comment on this post if you like ice cream. Say hi so I know you're still out there. Not quite up to par. Okay, so there's several options. If you want your business to be seen, you can increase your ad budget. Literally, you're going to have to spend probably $1,000 to $3,000 a month if you want to like go, gangbusters and really push that. Like, we're not going to do that right now. Now, this is why we want to do Facebook Lives. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Facebook Lives gets tons of engagement, which is why Facebook loves them. They're watched 3 times more than a recorded video and way more than just text. So Zuckerberg says live videos often lead to discussion. In fact, live videos on average get 6 times as many interactions, even compared to regular videos. Regular videos means if I record like 2 minutes and post it, right? Another thing that you can do, and I would say to start doing this, spend some time in Facebook groups. And what I mean by this is there are thousands of Facebook groups out there. Pick where your target ideal client is and maybe find 3 groups that you're going to spend time in for the next couple of months and see if you get some traction. And by traction, I mean start creating relationships. Okay, so I may go to a group like, if I want to become a speaker coach, I might go to the Speakers Associations, groups for upcoming speakers. I might then create relationships with people and over time reach out and let them know about my new program. If you want to get paid to be a speaker, I've got this. I know you now. I know that's what you want, okay? Find a group that has, 2, 3, 4,000 people in it. So don't play in the small ones. Find a couple good groups. Literally, if you're a health and wellness coach that has a vegan product, go find the vegans, right? Hang out where they are, right? That's what I mean. Like, you got to think about, where do my clients come into my business? Where is that pivot point? And if you need help with that, we can chat about that. So I don't want you just spending time in Facebook groups just to spend time. I want you sticking around long enough, and you're not going to be posting your business stuff. You're going to be creating relationships and adding value. So I'll give you an example. I went over and spoke in Sacramento. Now I want to have an event in Sacramento. So I want to build my following. So I go and do Facebook Lives in that group all the time. And people are getting to know me. And that's time that I'm investing. But once I land in Sacramento and launch my event, I'm going to get 80 people to come. So you got to be strategic about that kind of stuff. If you are coaching, women that want to leave corporate America, like, there are groups out there for women. If you want to help moms, like, get their sanity back, there are mom groups. I highly say do not go to mom groups. They're very mean. They're very mean. I don't know what happens there. Okay, the good news. Here's the good news. If you add content with high value and high quality, you don't have to worry about any of this. Now, okay, here's the secret magic of Messenger. This is your best friend in marketing and prospecting and growing your business with attraction marketing on Facebook. So Messenger is an entirely different platform, an entirely different social media platform than Facebook. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that. But it's owned by Facebook, but they're 2 different platforms and they communicate with one another. And Messenger, we all know where that is because I've talked to you all over there. Okay. Messenger is what tells Facebook they are really friends. They are really friends, which means if they're really friends, I'm going to show them each other's posts. So you want to spend not lots of time. You want to spend your time over in Facebook Messenger. You want to maximize your time and head over to there. And if you want to be at the top level, which you all do, you want to use the voice recorder. So see right next to where you type in, there's that microphone. That's your voice recorder. You get a minute to talk and then it cuts you off and then you can talk another minute. So I highly recommend you try to get it in under a minute because no one wants to sit and listen to 5 minutes, right? Like, that's a commitment, right? Like, we're just on our first date. We're going to do 1 minute on the voice recorder. You can go over 1, but you know what I mean. Now, so I hold it down and you speak into it. And if you get cut off at 1 minute, you can say, okay, here I am again. I needed to say a couple other things, right? There's so many ways to use Facebook Messenger, but this is literally where if you see a comment on your Facebook post or Facebook Lives, especially if they virtually raised their hand and says, yeah, I want to know more, you bop right on over to Facebook Messenger after you've commented on your post, like, I'll private message you right now, or thanks for responding, or I'm so glad that added value, and then keep the conversation going in the comments. Like, what is your biggest takeaway? You know, we want to do that. And then we also want to come over to Facebook Messenger, and I might hop on. Hi, Johnny, thanks for watching. It's so great that, you know, whatever, great to see you there. So tell me, you said you're interested in changing your health. What are some of your health goals right now? I always try to set it up where it's like a tag you're it, where I give you a reason to respond back. It's like a regular conversation. If you're out at coffee with someone, you're back and forth. So you don't want to just hop on and say, hey, Johnny, thanks for watching. You don't want to stop there. You want to give them a reason to bounce back to you. Savannah might say, thanks for always supporting my real estate business. Hey, looking to help 5 families get in their dream home this summer. Do you know anyone that I can help? Johnny might say, I'm looking to help 10 people step out of their comfort zone and change their lives this summer. I've got an amazing program. Do you know anyone that might be interested? Oh my gosh, let's partner. Who do you know? Who do you know that I need to know? That's one of my favorite questions. Who do you know that I need to know? Okay, you're going to use Messenger for follow-up. Checking in, complimenting people, getting to know them. So if I send a friend request to someone, I'm going to hop over to Messenger and say, hey, you might not know me, but the reason I'm sending you a friend request is blah, blah, blah. We've got this in common. I love what you're doing. I would love to know more. Please accept my friend request, and I can't wait to get to know you better. Like, go the extra step and not just send a friend request. Again, Messenger matters because it tells the Facebook algorithm that you're real friends. Your posts are going to show up in their newsfeed and vice versa. Okay, this is a fun thing you can do every day that you could start doing this. You could look at whose birthdays they are and go to Facebook Messenger and send a happy birthday greeting. It's much more personal, and it tells the algorithm. People are going to remember you, the one that hops over to Facebook Messenger and says, oh my gosh, Johnny, it's your birthday, you're 29. Like, how can you be 29? That's so great. That's fun, right? That makes people feel super special. Okay, here's another pro tip. There's a way that you can go when you're in Messenger, you can see who's active right then and at that moment. And see on my screen here, active 294. That means at that screenshot, 294 of my friends were active, and it shows you who they are in those green buttons. You can go and kind of scroll through those. Maybe you want to, really SWAT team your time on Facebook Messenger. Like, you got 5 minutes and you want to use it well, right? We all want to do that. I'm going to go and message people that I know are on, because I'm going to get a much higher rate of people responding to me. Do a little experiment and go message 5 or 6 people that you see are active, and they will respond right away. It's the craziest thing. So you go through there and you think, who am I kind of prospecting, or who's in my network, or who do I want to be a power partner with? Like, be strategic about who you're messaging. Okay, we've talked about this before, but you want to be a person first and a marketer second. When I get a friend request or a new friend, I want to spend a couple minutes looking at their page, right? And then I can hop over to Facebook Messenger and ask them about themselves. People do this to me all the time, and I do this to them all the time. And it's an awesome way to start friendships. My 2 best friends came from social media a year ago. We talk every day now. But it took kind of this online dating, right? I mean, it takes a virtual coffee. Think of this as you're out networking, but you don't have to go and have eggs with strangers. Like, what if this could be a more fun way to network? You could spend 30 minutes on this every day. That's 30 minutes. You don't have to spend money to go to a networking group and see the same people. Like, this is a really big way to expand your network. Again, hop on over and thank them for watching. It means so much. What's new with your business? How's it going? Again, if someone's raised their hand, okay, prospect if they raise their hand to a call of action. So if you're on a Facebook Live and you have a pretty direct, like, do you want to know more about, do you want the 5, what I'm learning in real estate are the best ways to find a house right now? Like, say yes below. If they do that, then hop straight over to Messenger and start prospecting right away. You do not have to build the relationship. If they have raised their hand, you can prospect right away. If I say, do you want to learn how to make more money on Facebook, and they raise their hand virtually, I can hop right over and say, awesome, I have a Facebook bootcamp. Do you want in? It's this much money. I don't have to court the relationship. If it's not kind of a very direct prospecting, raising their hand, then yes, build the relationship over time. Now, some of you are just starting to do this. Do not be discouraged. You're starting, and it's important to start. So do not compare my end with your beginning or someone's middle with your beginning, please. Okay, I do this every day for years, and I'm saying you've got skills here that I didn't even know. I mean, I did it poor for years. Like you just get to go straight to the top. Okay, psychology of posting. Ooh, this is so good. Okay, so you know how we talked about your brand? I want you to fill out right now. This is how I think about what to post and what to do Facebook Lives on and how to ask for engagement. So think about their top 5 pain points. What would your client happily hand you their credit card for if you could show them how to do what? Just jot down some ideas. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you. Where have you been all my life? Or I have that problem right now. That's exactly what I need. Everyone has a couple down? Okay. So now what I do is I reverse engineer from that pain point. So I create a post about the pain point. So I'm not creating a post about Erin, and I'm not creating a post about my program. I'm creating a post about the pain point that my program solves. How the heck do you find your dream home in this economy? Write that down, Savannah. That needs to be a title, right? How the heck do you do that? Are there any affordable houses still out there? I've heard the market is totally saturated. Is that true? Is there hope for me? Can you really get into a house if you have horrible credit? Get what I'm doing there? Good. Johnny, do you have big dreams, but fear just somehow just keeps you down? It just always gets in your way. Do you know you're made for greatness, but you just don't know if it's ever going to happen? Do you know you say you want something so bad, but yet wanting it doesn't seem to cut it? Is wanting it enough? Like you solving the problem for them. Do you feel like you get to the end of your day and you don't have anything to show for it? Let me show you the success principles. You want to change your health and you keep failing? Let me tell you what I've learned on my journey. Okay, so you've got your pain point, you reverse engineered, you turn it into a question or a post about the pain point, and then you can have fun with it. You can do a couple things. Let's say there's a couple strategies. Let's say there's 5 things you want to teach people about the housing market, and you're going to cover just one of them today. If you want the other 4, let me know and I'll send them to you. See, it gives you a reason. It's like your free gift. It's your reason. That's a really great strategy when you're a speaker. It's a great strategy for a Facebook Live. It always sets up for, oh, that was so great. I want the other 4. Okay. You can show how you solved the problem they have. Let me show you what I've learned and how you can apply it to your life. You can make a cute meme, which is just a picture with words on it, right? About the solution you have. You know, you are all in this Facebook boot camp, and other people joined because I posted something like, do you want to grow your business on Facebook without being salesy, spammy, and pushing away all your friends and family? That's the pain point. I don't want to be that weird, salesy, spammy, commission breath person, right? But there's got to be a way because I've seen other people doing it. I want to learn that. Do you want to grow your team and customers using Facebook without having to buy an ad? That was a pain point. Yeah, I want to grow Facebook, but I probably have to have all this money on ads. Wait, she can teach me how to do that without ads? Interesting. So you craft it's called your copy. Your copy is your marketing plan and your marketing words. You craft your copy around the pain points, not how you teach them. No one really cares until they know that you can help them. Another awesome way to reverse engineer from the pain point is find a reason, find an example of something you're reading or an experience you had, or create a story and then tie it into your pain point. So Gracie's boyfriend is boxing this weekend. I am amazed by how he has this team around him, and he has this, what happens in the corner between matches is so powerful. And I think, how can I tie this into my brand? And my brain goes, ding, 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 who's in your corner? That sets it up for, why would someone need to hire a coach? Why have I hired coaches? Because you got people in your corner that tell you what to do, right? So I'm always trying to think, how can I tie this in so I can come and make a fun Facebook Live about that, and I can relate it to people. Okay. I am going to why don't you unmute yourselves, and I will take your questions.
Hi, Erin. I wanted to ask you about new likes, people that like you. I am part of the Polka Dot Powerhouse networking group, and they have the opportunity where you can, I don't know, a couple times a year, you know, send out all these likes to people, and that has been really cool in the sense that it's generated a ton of people who are wanting to be my friend. I'm a little overwhelmed by it. I've done like you suggested. I try and I go and I look, and there's some people I know I just don't want to even have there. But I'm just overwhelmed. So I don't know how to manage that in a better way so that I'm bringing in people that are potentially going to be interested in me and what I have to offer, and they're not just numbers. Or should I just have numbers and not be so weird about it?
No, you should not be about numbers anymore. Great question. Who's felt this way before, right? 1, so many people, or 2, I don't have time to go through it, or 3, I don't want to just say yes to everybody. Yeah, because then I get like, you know, weird stuff being posted. I'm like, okay, it takes more time to undo and block the people that you aren't taking the time to figure out if they're really legit. So the psychology of this, I want to just roll it back for a second, is you're looking at Mount Everest, and you're looking at this big mountain you have to climb, and you're saying, how do I become like super successful on Facebook and have all this influence and this? You just have to take the first step. Okay, so let's take the first step together. And what I would say is, make a strategy for yourself where you friend up or accept 2 people a day, maybe 5 at the most, you know, that you're just, I have hundreds, and I don't say this to be like a diva, but I have hundreds of requests I haven't even got to. That's probably missed business. But you know what? There's only one of me. And so be kind to ourselves and figure out, you know, over time, it's going to add up to a lot of, you know, that's 700 people a year if I just friend up 2 people a day. Okay, that's a lot. And I might friend up more than that. Or friend request 1 to 2 people a day. So you definitely want to be a sifter, a sorter. You want to have a bar. You don't want just quantity. But create a system where you can see and your brain recognizes, I am building my social media. I do too every day. Look at me. Like, enjoy knowing you have a strategy. Maybe it's, I want to do 2 Facebook Lives a week. And that's it. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. I just kind of come up with my ideas and I'm going to crank it out. But I am in my zone. I am doing my social media strategy is dialed in. That's how I want you guys to feel in your life and in your business. But whatever you have is like, I am so on top of this. I don't want you to feel behind. I don't want you to feel, right? That's the worst feeling. And that's just an illusion. Okay. Does that help, Deanna?
Yeah, it does. Because like I say, at first I started accepting everybody, and I was like, then I started accepting nobody.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really trying to, and so if I develop a strategy of sorts, then I can be selective about the people that I pick to begin with, and just kind of go with that. And then I'm also hearing you say that if I've got that strategy, then one of the other things I might want to do is that if I'm picking those people, I might also want to send them something in Messenger.
Totally. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you find you have people, at this point you're learning this, if you find you have hundreds of people that you'll never really prospect to that are your friends, you do not need to go and unfriend them all. I do not recommend that. But you don't need to keep commenting on all their stuff, because if you comment, you're going to start seeing all their stuff. You're going to keep seeing all their stuff. So be selective in how you comment. Here's another huge pro tip. Huge. Okay, I forgot to put this in there. Before you go on a Facebook Live or post, you can go and you want to go and comment on maybe 5 to 10 people that you kind of want in your pipeline. Go and comment on their stuff like right before you post, because you'll be at the top of their news feed. There's a system to this, isn't there? Oh my gosh. I really want Johnny to see this Facebook Live. I'm going to hop right over and do that, or go to Messenger, and then somehow that's going to help the algorithm, and maybe he'll see my stuff. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question, Erin. Tomorrow I am meeting with one of the lenders that I work with. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And I
Start over. I didn't quite hear you.
So tomorrow I'm meeting with a lender that I work with, one of the lenders I work with, and her and I are going to put together, we were going to do, I don't know if you're familiar with BombBomb, which is like recordings where you can send out via text, via social media, via email. It's just a blast system. And a lot of agents, I think, that are more tech savvy use that. We were going to record like a 2-minute BombBomb about a lunch and learn we're going to have, but would you suggest maybe doing and we're not doing lunch and learn, it's more like breakfast. Would you suggest doing a live instead?
I'm a big fan of doing all points of prospecting. Mm-hmm. So I would do both.
Okay.
So I do email, I do Facebook, I do speaking, I do, right? Mm-hmm. And that way you're hitting all avenues. And more so, that's such a great idea, Savannah. And what I would do is I would add value and say, oh my gosh, we have 10 other points. Like, this is just scratching the surface. We cannot wait to teach you everything. Yeah, good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because with BombBomb, you can email blast it.
That's great. And video is super effective. So, yep.
On the emotional level. Okay, cool.
Yep. And get your smiles on and your energy up, and you'll get people there. Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. I don't remember what else I had, but.
Johnny and I kind of created our relationship on Facebook Messenger. He's a great example. We took it over there, and then eventually we got on a phone call and just chatted. I mean, it's basically like having a coffee date, a virtual coffee date, and then, so.
Yeah.
You know what? I've never used the microphone.
Oh.
Last time you and I were conversing, and I sent you that email with all those replies that I got, and you sent me those 3 recordings, and they were one after the other because you couldn't finish in a minute. Man, those were really, it really made me think how personal that is. Emails are good. You get the content, you see the, whatever it is, PowerPoint, whatever you see, but to hear somebody's voice is pretty darn powerful. And when it's personal, maybe a Facebook Live is really good because you hit the masses. But when someone responds to you and you talk to them personally, it's like you said, it's relational, right? So you're all of a sudden you're creating a bond with each other that you couldn't do typing. So
It's
I'm going to start doing that.
So true, Johnny. It's like the fast track pass at Disneyland. Like if you want to go faster, do these strategies, right? And we know belief has a sound. We've heard that. You know, you're a motivational speaker. Like your voice is your business. You have power in your words. And you can't hear that if I'm typing it. If I go over,
Right.
Johnny, oh my God, you ran a marathon. Oh my God, I'm over here just watching you. I'm so excited. That's very different than congratulations on your marathon typed out. It's very different. Yeah. So just go faster and more effective.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yay.
By the way, I have another agent who was wondering what the heck I was doing in here. She's gonna jump on and get some social media coaching because she's like a virgin. She needs help.
Good. We all were at one time.
That's the truth.
Any other questions? We'll meet next week for our last week. We'll kind of wrap it up.
Thank you, Erin.
You're welcome. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great tips.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks, Deanna. Thanks, Savannah. Thanks, Johnny. We'll see you next week.
Thank
Okay,
you.
see ya.
Bye.